Hey guys, what if season 2 is upon us? And that means I'll be making customs from every single episode as they come out. Now, that being said, we are in the midst of the holidays, so to keep things nice and easy, I want to go ahead and make the main characters and new outfits. So, for example, for the most part, as we go through What if there's a character that appears exactly the way they are in the MCU, I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time on them or not mention them at all because, hey, like I said, it's the holidays and everybody deserves a break a little bit, even me. So if we get to an episode where there's just a ton of figures that need to be made, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But the first episode was What If Nebula Joined the Nova Corps, and I love this. It was like Blade Runner meets Marvel. So without further ado, let's get into making the main characters from episode 1 of season 2 of What If. Alright, so we've got to start with Nebula because the whole episode is about her. To build this, I went ahead and used the legs and torso from the Nova Corps officer from all the way back in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 in 2014, as crazy as that is. These arms come from my doppelganger, Rex Dangervest, from the LEGO Movie 2. That gets you the blue with the arm pads, and then the head is from Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Of course, for the added touch, you can go ahead and add the Nova Corps officer helmet, just like we see in the show that comes on that same figure that the torso comes from. But when you do that, you can't really see the head, so for the intro of the video, I didn't want to put this on, because you'd be like, wait, who's in that costume? Now, Yondu is not an active member of the team in this episode. We just kind of see him in flashbacks and holograms. So here's the precedent I want to set for What If Season 2. For flashbacks, holograms, very, very brief appearances. I'm not going to actually make every single figure going forward. It's really just going to focus on the main characters. But of course, the Yondu you're looking at here is the one from Guardians Volume 2. So I wanted to mention it here just so that as these episodes roll on, the comments don't come in and be like, hey, where's this character? Why isn't this character here? It's like, I can't make every single character, but I'm going to do my best to make as many as possible. So bear with me. It is the holidays. Want to give you guys great content, but also take a little time and decompress. So happy balance. So a little later in the episode, we see Corg as a bartender, and I do want to mention that we also see Drax here, and we see Meek as a bartender, as well as Groot in a red vest, but for the essence of time, I would probably put all three of them in this same torso, which comes from the hotel manager bellhop character from LEGO City from a few years back, but unfortunately, I only have one of this torso, and I think I'm going to give it to Corg because it makes the most sense for me to put it on him. So that's where that comes from. The headpiece, head, and arms all come from Corg regularly, and the legs come from the barista from the LEGO Collectible Minifigure series. So Howard the Duck runs the casino on Xandar, and that means that he's got a new outfit. Now, as I was watching the episode, I thought, holy crap, Batman, the perfect torso for this is Brick Daddy. This is a minifig that came out a long time ago, but this torso literally works perfect for Howard here. So that's what I used for that. Then the hands, the feet, the head, and the ducktail, can't forget about that, all come from any of Donald Duck's nephews, Huey, Dewey, or Louie from the LEGO Disney Collectible Minifigure Series 2. I suppose you could use the Donald Duck head and everything else, but I wanted those short legs for Howard, and I also think that the slightly more youthful look works just a little bit better for Howard, in my opinion, based off of what we see in the show. Now, when Team Rock, Paper, Scissors teams up, Nebula ends up donning Yondu's outfit for that, and I think she looks so cool with Yondu's fin, and of course that gives her control over Yondu's arrow. So I've been using this trick for a long time by using one of these neck brackets with two studs on the back, then a 1x1 with a red clip to hold the arrow over Yondu's shoulder, but of course in this case it's over Nebula's shoulder. Beyond that, I went ahead and used that Nebula Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 head again. You gotta get Yondu's fin from that minifig, and the torso and legs all come from the official Yondu minifig. This looks so cool. The only thing that's different, of course, is in the show she puts on Yondu's coat over the Nova Corps, so she technically should have that logo on the torso, but using the LEGO Purist method, there's really no way to get that done, so we got as close as we could with this. Now, for that infiltration scene, the team rock, paper, scissors end up putting on all new outfits, but unfortunately for Groot, he just kind of has like a bandolier on and maybe some like extra garb to hold guns and stuff. So I think just using the Guardians 3 Groot makes the most sense. Meek kind of has some differences going on with her outfit as well, but honestly, the brick-built Meek that we got in the Avengers Endgame Final Battle accessory pack a few years ago really makes the most sense. I think that there's not really much that needs to be changed. And along those lines, the Warrior Corg from that same LEGO Avengers Endgame accessory pack makes the most sense. Yes, there are some things you could add. I'm not saying you can't, but again, just keeping this as simple as possible, I think that these make the most sense. If you guys have a better recommendation, of course, the comments are always open, so you could leave those down there. It was cool seeing YonRogg in this episode, and it's kind of crazy to me that he got more personality in this animated episode than he did in the entire movie where he was the villain. But I digress, it was still very, very cool. So to build YonRogg, I went ahead and used the legs and torso from the Kree Captain Marvel from the Walmart polybag from a few years ago. The head comes from Belloc from LEGO Indiana Jones, shout out to my favorite theme. But they also recently used this head on Alexander Pierce from the Avengers Tower, if you have that. Then I gave him the brown receding hairline, which has come on characters like Peter Venkman and lots of characters in City and all of that. And finally, Ronin from the first Guardians of the Galaxy makes an appearance in this episode. Very brief, I don't think he even speaks any lines. But the thing is, we did get a Ronin in 2024. However, that Ronin does not have the red markings on the chest that this one does. And of course, the original, which we're looking at here from 2014, has this great, unique molded headpiece that only appeared on this figure. So to me, it makes the most sense to go ahead and use this figure because it is the most accurate to what we saw in the episode. And with that being said, we're going to bring this video to a close. So let's wrap it up. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of this new episode. I had a lot of fun with it. It was a blast, and I like when these what if episodes are just kind of nice little subversions from what we usually get. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the next episode of What If.